Hi guys, welcome back. All right, so Torians, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Also, shout out. I'm sorry I don't know your name because you don't have a name on your icon on the live, but one of you Torians was with me in the live that I just did for the bonus message, and they specifically were letting me know they were really looking forward to a Taurus message, and I was like, oh, I saw that. Of course, I'll get to the Taurus next, you guys. You better believe it. Thank you so much for watching, Torians. Lots of love to you out there. So this is a message for October because we're here, we're doing it. So what's the big ticket item for the month? We have got the High Priestess in the reverse. Lots of subtle things are in the forefront now. The things that we used to feel are now going to be visible. The things that we used to sense are now going to be tactile sensation, taking things from the 5D and putting them smack dab in our hand into the 3D. So hi Ellie Louie, good to see you. Excuse me, L Louie. We've got a 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. I think that the Taurus is recognizing something. Maybe information is going to be like literally, maybe somebody's actually going to say, I don't feel good enough, or I don't have that kind of money. I don't have your level of confidence, Taurus. This could be, maybe it is Taurus who is going to recognize, you know what? It's something has been making me feel less than. And instead of it being this like hard to describe emotion, it's all of a sudden like, bam, there it is. That's what this is doing to me. That's how I'm really feeling about this. Hold on. Let's see if we can define, is it the Taurus is recognizing that about themselves or about somebody else? We got a 10 of Cups sideways. Okay. I'm going to say that it's both. I'm going to say right now, because the sideways card to me always represents we got to look at it from two halves, two different people. We need to see the whole tennis court and see both players on both sides of the net. It's as if Taurus is perhaps in the month of October, they're having a real breakthrough on being able to see a situation, and they're recognizing maybe what could be really happy is being impacted by the fact that one person doesn't feel good enough. Maybe in turn, their attitude is impacting the Taurus. And now the Taurus is saying, wow, this keeps making me feel like I'm not good enough. I do like the tennis analogy because it takes two people. We got to return the serve, right? We got to return that ball back and forth. And if only one person is putting forth the effort, no matter how much effort the other person puts in, they're still going to feel like, wow, they're really not present. They really don't even want to play today. So I don't have somebody to, bounce ideas off of. I don't have a partner in this. I don't have somebody that I'm performing with. I have simply someone who's showing me every day that they're not that invested, and it's like, how does that make me feel? It makes me feel kind of crummy. Why aren't they invested more? I think putting one's finger on something like this could all be in the workplace. This could be like, wow, I'm realizing I don't feel very valued with my talents. But on the other hand, maybe the company can't pay me anymore. They're not doing well enough. Maybe they're worried I'm going to leave. So they're distressed. So now they're grumpy, kind of dodging me, not giving me a performance review. Then I'm feeling like I'm not really valued. It's basically recognizing a negative feedback loop that keeps giving more negativity, and it's perpetually breaking things down. But the great thing is recognizing when that's happening is huge, right? Because that's the first step to be like, whoa, this doesn't need to be so upsetting. I can see it differently now. I don't have to let it impact me this way now that I understand it, right? So let's change decks and let's keep going. Even though we deal with something negative initially, remember that 10 of Cups card came out sideways. It didn't come out in the reverse. We got a Page of Cups. So with a little bit of effort, things can be changed with even just a small amount of emotional investment, a small amount of, in this case, it can be emotional investment. It can also be an apology. It can be like choosing to kind of shift the energy, change the energy, become more soft, more friendly. If this is, especially like in the workplace, this is like, at least on behalf of the Taurus, If the Taurus is able to see a situation for what it is, this could be them saying, she's kind of clutching that cup. This could be that the Taurus is saying, I'm recognizing someone really, they struggle. They're not giving me the the assurances that I'd like to receive. But you know what? I can actually give myself some of those assurances. I can pour this into myself. I can say, you know what? I'm sorry, self, that I kept thinking it was something that I was doing wrong, when really I can see it a lot differently now. It's very much in my face. Someone else doesn't really have a lot of confidence in themselves. That's why they're not giving me the reassurances. Let me reassure my own self first. Let me, it's kind of like, let me put on my own life vest first, or my own oxygen mask first, before I address anything further. This is a nice breakthrough, because it's so much easier to deal with the situation and first fix how Taurus was feeling about themselves. Okay, so we got the Temperance card in the reverse. The other thing is, just because Taurus maybe in October, at least in this fictional story for this fictional Taurus, in the month of October, they identify the source of an issue and they go ahead and they get it balanced out. That's for themselves. They start the process of getting it balanced out. However, can they balance someone else's not feeling good enough? No. No, nobody can do that for another person. That other person has to take stock of a situation themselves, just like Taurus is doing, and make choices and fix the things that they don't like, and reassure themselves and build some kind of confidence for them own selves. But Taurus is recognizing that also. I can't fix this person. We've got a page of Pentacles that came out mostly in a sideways position. It's really like Taurus is realizing this person that they deal with, whether it's in the workplace or whether it's in a romance, they may or may not be able to give a whole lot to the situation. They may or may not be able to communicate this. Oftentimes the pages are our messengers, right? So this is the communication that could take place. It feels like Taurus is just going to meet this person where they're at. So if Taurus is pouring more energy, I think, into themselves right now and recognizing where the imbalance is. And instead of them feeling like, okay, what if I'm super understanding with this person and then I try to like pump them up, prop them up, make them feel better, so hopefully they'll return that to me. No, because I can't make somebody feel better about themselves. I can start taking care of my needs, and then I can start recognizing that where the imbalance lies, I can correct it only to the level that they're willing to put in some reciprocal effort. So Taurus, instead of trying to fix that other person, they might simply say, I'm going to be cordial. I'm not going to be hostile or angry. Let's just, instead of addressing like, here, I figured out what's wrong with you because I figured out how it's been making me feel and I'm working on taking care of me, and now you just need to go do this. The Taurus is not going to give this person like a playbook of what's wrong with them and what they need to fix. The Taurus is saying, no, I'm just going to treat them with respect. I'm going to communicate nicely about the day-to-day stuff. I'm going to be in an energy of like, it's just comfortable reciprocity without any high expectations. This is not like we're going to have this new beginning, it's all going to be wonderful. No, it's more like, maybe now that I've identified something and I'm not going to let it impact me negatively, even if they're still struggling, I know better than to try to give somebody a roadmap on how to be a more successful or more satisfied individual. Instead, I'm just going to treat them like I think that they're already a fine human being. And I'm just going to be polite, but also sincere, and not make this person feel alone or like there's so much wrong with you. I like that energy on this. The fact that the Taurus is so wise. They're not going to treat somebody like I figured out what your problem is. Because I think that's going to go a long way in this. Seriously, we have a 3 of Pentacles and we have the Lovers card. Here's the thing. This could go in a lot of different directions, and I don't want to assume anything because I really wanted this to be a broader message. Hi, Sonara. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. It's a couple different things could happen in this throughout the month of October, as Taurus doesn't allow something to bother them, as they just simply let things kind of, they meet somebody where they're at and they themselves attend to their own needs and their own, like, building themselves up and forgiving themselves for having let something impact them so negatively for a period of time. As they do that, and they still treat the other person with this nice cordial energy, it could, like, make this person feel a lot better, even though Taurus is not actively, like, identifying, "Hey, this is what I figured out and this is what your problem is." Simply treating that other person like a person, treating them with uh, respectful, kind energy. If this person doesn't have a lot of output of energy, Taurus doesn't say, "God, I wish you could just talk to me a little bit more." Taurus is just like, they talk to this person at that level and then they go on about their day and they keep making their own life happy. And that, like, shift toward, like, almost, I guess this sounds almost like lowering expectations, or letting minimal effort become the norm, but it's not really that. It's giving space for someone to feel better about themselves and move forward and maybe put in a little bit more effort, and then Taurus meets them there. And then maybe they put in a little bit more effort and Taurus meets them there. And they keep, like, titrating up until it becomes possibly a romance again where two people feel respected. They feel like my partner's not mad at me anymore. They feel like this isn't a battlefield where I'm never good enough and I'm always, like, 35 paces behind and I can't catch up and I can't do anything right. It's almost like giving a character a chance to just be who they are and meet them where they're at and then see how it evolves. Now, that's one way I could interpret this. The other way is allowing a situation to be exactly what it is means Taurus is always in charge of making their own choices, right? They could also choose to say, well, this is where this character is. This is all they can give to me. It might be time that I go ahead and I look toward other sources for my happiness. This can be a card of choice. The Lover's card is a card of choice. This could be still, let's say this is about business and not romance at all. We realize that in a career path, it's not that we're not good enough or skilled enough. It's that the company can't really pay us more. They haven't had the growth that they wanted to have. They're dodging giving us a raise. They're dodging doing this. And it's not because they're like, "Oh, we don't really want you here, but we're trying to hire somebody and get you out of here." No. It's just that they don't have any more to give right now. So Taurus could reach the point where they go, "Okay, I get it now. They can't pay me what I'm worth. I need to make sure that I don't let that impact my brain and make me feel like I'm not worthy of more, though." So now that I see it that way, if they can't straighten out the company, do what they need to, then I just need to look at them as maybe temporary. And in the meantime, I could start getting a side hustle. I could start looking for another career elsewhere until I find the right thing. And then I'm in this happy embrace where I can fully, enjoy moving into a different career, moving to a different company. It's Taurus ultimately has the choice. But the big message in all of this is in the month of October is to reduce friction and conflict and make everything a little calmer and not beat each other down by making everybody feel like I'm unhappy. This isn't good enough. You're not giving me enough. Instead, Taurus is like, wow, that is so not an energy I want to walk in anymore. I've already kind of been feeling like things weren't good enough. And I'm aware of, like, that sucks. I don't want to walk in that energy. I don't want to go to work in that energy. I don't want to feel unwanted at the career path that I have or feel undervalued, or I'm imagining that they're thinking I'm a crappy worker or I'm not very good at my job when really it's them worried that they don't have enough to offer me, or in a relationship. I don't want to walk around and feel like somebody doesn't even love me, doesn't value me. Let me look at this with realistic eyes. Do they love and value themselves? Because if they don't, no wonder they can't show me that, but I can show it to myself and I can also make decisions for myself from here on out. So there's this element of calming everything down by really getting a grip on the idea that a lot of situations make us feel some kind of way, and the way we're feeling may not be based on anything that's factual. We can feel a certain way and none of that is tracked to, like a factual basis. So Taurus is kind of they're getting real with themselves, and they're getting more factual with things, and that's really calming down the friction and calming down the expectations, and more importantly, calming down any of those negative emotions that they were kind of lost in for a little bit. This looks like a chance for either a romance to get a lot better. I got a 3 of Wands, and we got the Strength card. Leo energy coming in real strong on this. Let's put it this way. This energetic shift in the month of October certainly leads to a much stronger November, a time frame where a lot more belief in oneself and confidence and shaping one's future comes from a place of greater happiness and like knowing, not just hoping that things will be better, but knowing that things will be better, because Taurus put their finger on some things that needed to be identified, which was this underlying sense of I was uneasy. I didn't feel very good about myself. I couldn't figure out why was I feeling like crap. Well, I understand it now. Someone else was feeling like crap too, and that was really making an imprint on me. I'm not going to let it do that. And as I change my energy and I identify it and I recognize that a situation just made me feel some kind of way, I can put a stop to that feeling, and I can really start to create more progress just by calming down that stress level. I have the impression that this could very much be a relationship that gets back on track in like a really beautiful way, even though for a hot minute it felt like that was not possible. It turns out it really might be possible. All right, I'm going to leave that one there, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. You guys will get probably 2 other videos still this week. And so thank you so, so much, you guys. If you do enjoy the channel, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I will see you all in the next go round. And thank you again. Hi, Skylark. EM. Hey, hey. Hey, Jojo. Good to see you. Sana, thank you for popping by. All right, you guys. Lots of love. Bye.